They said he was too small, too skinny, too fragile for the NBA. Back then, Wardell Stephen Curry II was that kid hoisting rainbows on a cracked driveway in Charlotte, copying his dad's form, while neighborhood friends kicked loose gravel out of the lane. College recruiters watched, shrugged, and moved on. No thunderous dunks, no defensive wingspan, just a jumper that looked more carnival trick than future dynasty. When Davidson College slid a lone scholarship across the kitchen table, Steph grabbed it like a lifeline. In March 2008, he repaid the gamble by hijacking America's biggest stage. 40 on Gonzaga, dagger after dagger against Georgetown, one possession from toppling Kansas. The nation gasped. NBA scouts scribbled notes, then penciled in doubts just as quickly. Nice story, they said. But that fairy tale jumper won't survive grown man contact. Draft night, June 25, 2009, proved the skepticism. Blake Griffin first, 2 European guards next, then more size and athleticism off the board. Curry lingered until Golden State finally called him at pick 7, and even then, veteran scorer Monta Ellis muttered, "Us together? That won't work." 2 injury-plagued seasons followed. His ankles buckling so often, trainers whispered career-threatening. Clickbait headlines labeled him trade bait. Glass ankles, great shooter, limited shelf life. Desperation drove innovation. Steph flew to surgeon Richard Ferkel, then to a biomechanical lab that printed a brace so snug it hugged bone like a phone case. Rehab looked more circus act than basketball. Single-leg hops on wobble boards, laser-guided balance drills, oceans of sweat before he ever touched a ball. The monotony forged an obsessive work ethic and ankles sturdy enough for the storm he was about to unleash. By 2013, the storm arrived. Curry began letting it fly from 25, 28, even 30 feet as casually as most players toss free throws. Defenses pinched, scrambled, panicked, still watched the net snap. 54, in Madison Square Garden, sent shockwaves through a league, suddenly forced to redraw its own geometry. The hardwood felt wider, the arc farther, the possibilities endless. Then came Klay Thompson. Together, the Splash Brothers stretched NBA spacing to cartoonish proportions, while Steve Kerr's pace and space offense deployed a death lineup with no traditional center and tempo cranked to turbo. In 2015, Golden State won 67 games and its first title since disco. Lumbering big men looked prehistoric overnight. Front offices sprinted for shooters the way investors chase bull markets, but 2016 was the earthquake. Late February in Oklahoma City, tied in overtime. Double team closing, Curry dribbled once, rose from 38 feet, and strolled away before the ball splashed. Mike Breen's bang ricocheted across the planet. By April, Steph had drilled 402 threes, a number so absurd, statisticians refreshed spreadsheets in disbelief. 73 wins later, every MVP voter inked the same name, basketball's first unanimous choice. That season birthed a new metric, gravity. Plant Curry on the logo, and 4 defenders lean his way, terrified of the inevitable pull-up. Lanes yawn open. Draymond Green unfurls lobs through the chaos. Unsuspecting rookies get posterized because they shaded one step too far. Analytics love the math. Each Curry launch carried 1.6 expected points, but youth coaches sighed as 7-year-olds practiced half-court heaves instead of layups. Legends weighed in. Allen Iverson beamed, "He gave hope to little guys." Magic Johnson grinned, "We might never see another like him." Shaquille O'Neal carved Curry onto his imaginary Mount Rushmore. Purists pushed back. Charles Barkley lamented that fundamentals were dying under a barrage of deep bombs. But even critics conceded the kid from Davidson had redrawn basketball's map. Quick check-in. If Curry's gravity already has you rethinking the game, tap that like button and join the squad, because the next chapters get even crazier. Age was supposed to slow him. It didn't. In Game 4 of the 2022 Finals, a 34-year-old Steph torched Boston for 43 demoralizing points, yanking control of the series and collecting ring number 4. Advanced metrics revealed a twist. Post-30 Curry surpassed even his unanimous MVP efficiency. Instead of fading like a firework, his genius aged like vintage wine. Those finals also silenced another myth, that Steph can't defend. Watch the tape. He hedges pick and rolls, strips bigs on switches, and ranks top 5 among guards in contested shots per minute. No, he isn't Gary Payton, but gravity exists on defense too. Every possession he survives unlocks an instant fast break triple the other way. Meanwhile, a cultural revolution brewed. Jordan taught kids to dream of flight, but most playground rims still stand 10 feet tall. Curry taught them precision, release angle, quick gather, fearless range. Sneaker culture followed suit. His Under Armour Curry one outsold iconic retro lines, and each new colorway drops alongside viral trick shot challenges. In a 2023 Gen Z poll, Steph ranked as basketball's top inspiration, ahead of MJ and LeBron, because his weapon feels attainable. You can't grow 6 inches overnight, but you can shoot until dusk. Off the court, the impact widens. His eat, learn, play foundation feeds millions of Bay Area kids. His golf charity tourneys raise 7 figures for STEM programs. Even his viral pre-game tunnel shots became philanthropic ammo. Every swish equals another classroom grant. Greatness, it turns out, scales beyond stat sheets. Let's zoom in on one more moment. Game 6, Western Conference Semis, May 2023. Kings fans roared, Fox masks everywhere, and Steph silenced them with 50. 50 on the road, in a win-or-go-home arena that hadn't hosted playoff noise in 16 years. It was the highest-scoring Game 7 in NBA history, delivered by a so-called specialist who supposedly lives and dies by the 3. Except he didn't. He danced into floaters, sliced through traffic, dished dimes, proof his handle, touch, and IQ could carry him even on icy shooting nights. So what is greatness? Rings? Steph owns 4, and counting. Records? He detonated the most sacred one, then kept adding daylight. Influence? No. Every junior high zone defense now starts at the volleyball line to corral one kid who believes he's the next chef. Add in philanthropy, generational inspiration, and a blueprint that reshaped recruiting from AAU to the NBA. And you get a resume no spreadsheet can capture. He conquered skepticism, out-rehabbed fragile ankles, and stitched joy back into the jumper. In a league once ruled by giants, a 6'3" sniper proved creativity stands taller than height. If greatness is measured by changing what's possible, Stephen Curry isn't only in the GOAT conversation, he's writing its final thesis. And the next time someone calls him too small, don't bother answering. The scoreboard usually speaks first.